Greetings everyone, this is Hail the Terror of Death 99, aka the Black Cobra. This is Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. Now, when we last left off, we had actually found out some very interesting and very important stuff. First thing, we actually found out that the murder scene was actually the courtyard garden, which is right near Dusky Bridge. We also found out that the murder weapon has actually gone missing. We still don't know exactly where it is. And probably the last thing that's the most important, we found out what Miss Elise Dunham's real name is. We actually found out that she is actually Misty Fey, Mia and Maya Fey's mother. Now, what we also found out is that Iris was actually one of the daughters of Morgan Fey, Misty Fey's older sister. And we also found out that the DL6 incident was the main reason that Misty actually disappeared. One moment, everyone. Anyway, what we're actually going to do now is we're actually going to head to the main gate. Okay, let's see. Heading back to Heavenly Hall. So a few things we need to take care of. I was expecting Maurice and Pearl to be here. Guess they must have gone to collect firewood. Suppose I'll have to check back later. The Inner Temple Gate. Edgeworth. There's a few things we need to take care of. Mainly, finding Pearl. But yeah, there's actually a few other important things. Mainly, this. We actually found out that Maya is actually trapped in the training hall. Well, actually the secret cavern near, right past it. And we also found out that the scroll that was actually a scroll of Misty Fey was actually covered with gravy. We also found out those locks are actually trick locks, which unfortunately not even Iris can actually get rid of them all. things we need to take care of. Anyway, I apologize for being a little slow tonight, everyone. Still under the weather. It's this nasty weather. It's me, my sinuses have been bothering me. Anyway, what we're gonna do now is we're actually heading back into the training hall. There's a couple things we need to take care of. Mainly, this. Take that! We need to break those Psychlocks. The night of the crime. I think it's time you told the truth about what you were doing on that night, Iris. You said you were in your room at Hazakura Temple the entire time. Do you still claim that to be the truth? Iris, I believe you're innocent. That's what I want to believe what you're telling me, too, but I cannot. Because this person saw you somewhere else on the night of the murder. Take that! I'm talking about Sister Bikini, of course. Her testimony in court today was very clear. That night I was helping an acolyte with her training in the inner temple. However, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Hazakura Temple. Sister Bikini didn't just see you, she spoke with you. You talked about Maya's training that night. So you see, Iris, you were there at the inner temple on the night of the murder. Oh, we're not done yet, everyone. Left the main hall early so I wouldn't be late. What time was that? $9:40. I'm sorry, Iris, but lying just does not suit you. Now, you say you left the main hall at 9:40 p.m., but what you say does not add up with this. You yourself testified to the contrary, don't you remember? You said you rang the lights out bell at 10 o'clock that night. Plus, only moments before you rang the bell, You were seen at the main hall by the most reliable witness I have. That would be me. We even spoke a little that evening. That's when you gave me this. Surely you haven't forgotten. And that brings us to another puzzling fact, Iris. At 10 o'clock on the night of the murder, you were seen in 2 different places at the same time. It's time you told me exactly what's been going on, Iris. So far, I've managed to prove 2 things. First, on the night of the incident, you were at the inner temple. And second, at the exact same time, you were ringing the bell at Hasakura Temple. There's only one possible explanation for this apparent impossibility. On the night of the incident, you were seen in 2 different places at the exact same time. Which means there must have been 2 of you. I cannot think of any other explanation, Iris. Impossible? I wonder. The way you're trembling certainly seems to suggest otherwise. Yes. You want me to show you the evidence? Very well. Gladly there, Iris. Take that! Really needs to get to the bottom of this. Irrefutable evidence. Damn it. Son of a bitch. I can't do it. We need to talk to Edgeworth. Edgeworth. Did you know that Iris had a twin sister? Sister Bikini told me, however, the problem is she didn't know the name of this twin. Well, Iris was taken in by the temple when she was really young. Apparently, her sister was raised by her father, a jeweler, I think. Here we go. Everyone, buckle up. Everyone, this is going to be a very rough ride tonight. Here we go. I hope you're ready. I don't even know if I'm ready. Here we go. I had a feeling you'd say that, Edgeworth. Let me guess. Her name is Dahlia Hawthorne, right? I thought so. Please tell me what you know about her, Edgeworth. So my first court case 6 years ago. So Greenhorn, due to my inexperience, the defendant died. You're talking about Terry Falls, right? You're not the only one who noticed something about Iris Dahlia Hawthorne. I checked one of Mia's old files from 6 years ago. Dahlia and Terry Falls conspired together to stage a fake kidnapping 11 years ago. They stole a jewel worth $2 million from Dahlia's father, who happened to be a jeweler. And 5 years after that, she murdered her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne, to keep her from talking. Her sister. Stepsister, actually. Valerie was the only daughter of Dahlia's father's second wife. This is where she entered my life. The woman who tried to kill me. So after Terry Falls died, what happened to Dahlia? Did you check that? Did you check that out? Why are you so sure about that, Edgeworth? What? What do you mean by Dahlia Hawthorne is dead, Edgeworth? What? Dahlia Hawthorne was found guilty. Thanks to the persistence of Mia Fey. At that time, Dahlia, it's like she was possessed by a demon or something. It's been almost 5 years since that guilty verdict was handed down. Her sentence was finally carried out. She was executed last month. I don't buy it, Edgeworth. I know that, Edgeworth. Seems you're not aware of one other connection yet, Edgeworth. It's about Iris Dahlia Hawthorne's mother. She's Morgan Fey, a spirit medium from a branch family of the Korean channeling technique. Do you know something about it? fraudulent. The murder of Edgeworth's father, Gregory. After he was shot dead by Manfred von Karma. Master of the channeling school, that would be Misty Fey. Yes, I know. No, they were not fraudulent, Edgeworth. Edgeworth. The DO6 incident. I know. Edgeworth was the victim in that case. Edgeworth. You'll understand someday. And then you'll see that the current channeling technique is real. Alright. We're going back into the training hall. This time, we're gonna fix this minor issue. This part I'm just gonna skip over for now. We already went through this.
Take that!
All right, back to this. I have a firm grasp on the situation now, Iris. You had a sister, didn't you? A twin sister, perhaps? That's right. Dahlia Hawthorne, a woman I know all too well. Yes, I know. Her sentence was carried out recently, wasn't it? There's no need to explain now, is there, Iris? This second you, who was here at the temple on the night of the murder, it was actually your twin sister, Dahlia Hawthorne. Have you forgotten this, Iris? This is a channeling dojo, a training ground of the current channeling technique. That night, someone channeled Dahlia's spirit, and you knew about it. And that's the secret you've been trying to hide from me. Exactly. In my room in the main hall that night. As soon as I knew that I'd been spotted at the inner temple, I knew. Just as I suspected. The Iris that Sister Bikini saw at the Inner Temple on the night of the murder, it was Dahlia Hawthorne. Why didn't you tell me this before? Excuse me? What? You betrayed her? What do you mean? What the hell is she talking about? Yes, I know about it. I know about the fake kidnapping. Hope you're ready, everyone. We're about to dig very, very deep into the past of the Hawthorne sisters. All three of them. Well, mainly two of them. Dahlia and Iris. That was the start of it all. It's what started her down that twisted path. And in fact, I actually know the reason why she did this. She started to commit crime after crime, and in the end, she lost her life. How did you betray her, Iris? What? What are you talking about? Why did you help her? Why would you help her? Stealing $2 million from your own father? That's awful. Exactly. She didn't do it for the money. And in fact, I actually know why she did it. I'm not even sure if I should actually show you why. You know what? I am. Here we go. What do you mean by revenge? Her mother, she must be talking about Morgan Fay. The Main family had a lot of influence in many businesses and political circles at the time. As the oldest daughter, Morgan was set to inherit all of that as the next master. There you go. His plan backfired. That would be Misty Fay, Maya's mother. Maya and Nia's mother. For long, the credibility of the Korean tradition hit rock bottom. The new master, Mystic Misty Fay, made a terrible mistake. It was during the investigation of the DL6 incident. After that happened, and there you go. And that's when you came here to Hasakura Temple? Think I'm finally beginning to see how the pieces fit together. Everything related to it goes back to the history of the Fae clan. Exactly, Miss Von Karma. Iris, there's one more thing I want you to tell me. During the incident in which your sister Dahlia Hawthorne poisoned a lawyer, she began a relationship with a certain college student in order to hide the evidence. That college student, have you heard anything about him? I see. Thank you for your help. I know that, Miss Von Karma. Pearl Psychlock. That is what we're getting to. That's what we're going to be getting to next. One moment, everyone. Alright, everyone. I apologize for that. Now, time to break the remaining Psychlocks, if we can. First things first, we need to talk to Pearl. Pearl. Now I just need to find out what Pearl is hiding. One thing I should mention, everyone, I'm not going to be streaming for long tonight and tomorrow night. Take that! After tomorrow night, I'm actually not going to be doing any live streaming until Monday. Pearl, after dinner on the night of the murder, you were supposed to go into Elise Dunham's room, reading a book together, right? You didn't go? So Pearl never went to Miss Dunham's room because she was too worried about something or someone else. Pearl. On the night of the murder, you went to this place, didn't you? Take that! Looks like she's still not going to be opening up to me. Next question is, who or what were you so worried about? Now, I'm going to take a guess and you can tell me if I'm right or wrong, okay? If I'm right, will you tell me the whole truth? You went to this place for one very simple reason, and that is this. It's obvious what you were so worried about, Pearl. It was Maya, wasn't it? You knew the training Maya was undertaking was dangerous. After all, it was the special course. Sister Bikini scared you with what she said, didn't she? That's because it was you. Because it was you who introduced Hazakura Temple to Maya in the first place. You felt responsible, didn't you? Thinking about what could happen to Mystic Maya made me more and more worried. Then we're clear now that you went to the inner temple that night, Pearl. What's not clear is what happened after that. About what time was it when you headed over to the inner temple? 9:30. And the real training was supposed to be starting at 10. So after 10, how did you know what time it was? Did you hear the lights out bell? A Hazakura Temple bell is pretty small though, isn't it? You must have really good hearing. She was trying to hear the bell? Tell me, Pearl. Why were you so worried about hearing that bell? I think I know why. The reason why you were so worried about that bell was because of this. Take that! You were given some instructions to follow for that night, weren't you? I presume you recognize these pieces of paper? In the incinerator at the inner temple. Pearl, you were following the instructions in this letter that night, weren't you? That's why you couldn't afford to miss the sound of the lights out bell. These instructions that were found in the incinerator, I believe they were written for you, Pearl. As you can see, a large portion has been burnt out and destroyed. but the last section is still fairly legible. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Who was it, Pearl? Whose spirit were you supposed to channel? Taking into account the author of the note and their purpose for writing it, whose spirit would Pearl have been trying to channel? Don't overthink it, Phoenix. It's pretty obvious who Pearl was supposed to channel. The person you were trying to channel that night, Pearl, was... Take that! It was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it? That was the name that was given that was in the letter. Just as I suspected. It wasn't Iris who Sister Bikini met at the Inner Temple that night. It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Do you know anything about her, Pearl? Do you know what kind of a woman Dahlia Hawthorne was? I thought so. Pearl doesn't even have a clue. She doesn't know that Dahlia is her sister. About the instructions in the letter I found, Pearl. Who wrote them? Whoever it was asked you to channel the spirit of someone you'd never heard of. You must have quite a bit of respect for them. After all, you followed their instructions without question. So here's my next question. Who wrote the set of instructions for you to follow? Oh, I know exactly who it was. Take that! Pearl, I have to wonder about something. You didn't have any idea what these instructions meant, did you? You followed them to the letter regardless. Why? Because it was your own mother who asked you. That's why. I figured it out. The person who wrote you this letter was your own mother, Morgan Fay. Alright, Pearl. It's time you start telling me the truth. Why is she holding back from me? I don't like this. She'd rather say anything rather than to admit to carrying out those instructions. Guess I'll have to produce some more evidence then. One more thing should do it. Alright, Pearl. We both know someone carried out these instructions on the night of the murder. But you're right. There's no evidence that proves it was you. However, I do know that whoever did it was a child. It couldn't have been an adult. No adult would have made a simple mistake like that. I'm sure you thought you were carefully following the instructions you've been given. But you misunderstood some of the words, and this is the evidence that proves it. It was you who splattered gravy on this hanging scroll, wasn't it? Do you remember what was written in the letter? Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. But you didn't know how to read the word gravely and roast, among others, right? Remember the conversation you had with Miss Dunham on the night of the murder? Exactly. Bingo. Sure, Miss Dunham taught you how to read gravely and roast, but what she didn't teach you is what they meant. Gravely sounds like gravy to me. There you go. That's why you did it. That's why you covered the picture of the master in gravy from that night's pot roast. Just a tiny bit. Gravy? Saw the picture on the hanging scroll near the secret cavern. Sure it was the master of currying it, like it's in the letter. Let's see. And then... the guest area. Why don't you just go to the training hall? Pearl, did you fall asleep? Anyway, then you found yourself trapped at the inner temple? So she's the one who threw the letter into the incinerator. And and left off some steam by chucking the gravy onto the scroll while you cried. So you channeled Dahlia Hawthorne's spirit? You couldn't do it? And I know why. She wasn't able to do so. So she never managed to channel the spirit. Is that why you think your spiritual powers are gone? Is there any other explanation for why you couldn't channel a spirit? Here we go, everyone. It could happen if someone else was already channeling the same spirit. There you go. Someone else? What do you mean? That's very true. And that would mean, on the night of the murder, someone else channeled her spirit before Pearl could. Someone else channeled the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne. final wish? This letter. I definitely need to find out more about it. Yeah, I know, Pearl. Here we go, everyone. Hid a letter for you at our home before it brought me here. You're gonna read it and do exactly what it says. To the good of the Fate Clan, my angel. Nope. I know exactly what she actually wanted. Which means that somebody opened the letter already. Thank you, Pearl. You really helped me out. She will be, but we'll find out. What do you want, Godot? Guess he's talking about Iris and that lock-breaking effort. Why do you say that? You don't know what you're talking about. How can you say something like that? I know that, Godot. I know anything about what was going on. It'll be alright, Pearl. Maya is alive. Here's Morgan. Everyone, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to cut it short tonight. When I come back tomorrow night, we are gonna make some pretty damn good progress. We're not gonna be able to finish it, but we are going to make some good progress. I will save the end of this case for next week. Hopefully, either next Monday or next Tuesday. We will be making some progress tomorrow night, though. Don't worry. Until tomorrow night, this has been the Sail of the Terror of Death 99, aka the Black Cobra, and I bid you all good night.